been asked many times, what is it that I feel as a visual artist and what I feel as a dancer? Um, the basic feeling of each of this is the experience of rasa. Rasa can be explained as something that is the ah moment, in your deepest of experiences, and you almost come to a sense of silence. So when I am a visual artist, I put on the cap of a visual artist, I am reaching down, deep, deep down into the fathoms of the ocean. That's a feeling that I get of intense and innermost peace when I paint. And when I'm a dancer, the rasa that I feel is at the heights of ecstasy, when almost as if I'm almost reaching the Mount Everest peak, and that is the rasa then. So the two rasas are almost seemingly very different, but they're actually the same. The sense of peace is very apparent within.
All of nature is reflected in my consciousness. My experiences that have left an indelible impression in my mind. One is of dancing in the center sanctorum at the peak of Angkor Wat, this very same dance, as well as in the ancient structure of Borobudur. The painting reflects this memory, this deep experience, where dance connected with the ancient, and the ancient connected within my consciousness. As a child, I grew up with this music. It is the Jnaneshwari, sung by Lata Mangeshkar. It is about the mind of a devotee. It says, with the threads of my mind, I have woven a fabric that I spread at the feet of my Lord, awaiting His return. The devotee waits for Krishna. The birds, the ocean, the water, the lotus, the peacock, everything reminds her of only Him, awaiting His return. Clouds rumble, the wind blows softly, and my soul pines for a meeting with God. Because Lord Krishna is away, the moonbeams, the flowers of the champak find no place in my heart. I anoint myself with sandalwood. It no longer soothes me, it scorches my body. This cool bed of flowers is a furnace consuming me. And when I look into the mirror, it is no longer my own image that I see. Well, I've always been intrigued by this feeling of awe. You know, when you smell the fragrance of a rose or experience a beautiful sunset or a sunrise, and how do you put your finger on this? And then I realized that there is actually a word that describes this stillness, the stillness in your consciousness, this experience in your consciousness, and that stillness is called Rasa. So I began exploring this thread of thought, and so many years I have been performing and dancing, but in the last 12 years I began a thread of creative dance and painting performances. It has evolved and it was presented in different venues around the world. it is a cross-disciplinary analysis of the centrality of embodied experience. And in my practice as a dancer and choreographer and as a visual artist, it rests as a pragmatic tool to view the abstractions of culture and environment and as a means of exploring consciousness. So, this is the exploration. For Shakti, I expanded this notion of, it first started off as Shakti, the eternal energy, and then I did that through painting and dance, created paintings for each of the little pieces that we elucidated through dance. It was a philosophy of the energy that is all through the universe and how she becomes everything in the phenomenal universe. So we started off with Ardhanari, the creative principle, where thought and action come together as a male and female principle, and how they actually form, and the union of moving apart and coming together was the whole idea of the dance. So that thought was carried out by the action.
चंपे गौरार्ध शरीर कायै चंपे गौरार्ध शरीर काये कर्पूर गौरार्ध शरीर काय कर्पूर गौरार्ध शरीर काय धमिल वतैच जटा धरा धमिल वतैच जटा शिवाय च नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय च नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय च नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय
जटा जूटपुट गंगा विमंडित भालतटे बिजुखंड कळे मुंडमळ तनो सर्वजल भूत प्रेत गण रुंड कस्तुरी लेपिनि कंज विलोचनि मंदर माणिनि अंबे दुःख निवारिणि विश्व निधारिणि संखर खिणि जगदंबे डम 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 डिबि 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 डिंडिम डंबरु नाद झम 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 किणि 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 किंकिणि नुपुर निनाद फं 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 फाणि गर्जन प्रचंड झल 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 कुंडल मंडित गंड हळ हळ पानि प्रचंड उन्मत्त उदंड तांडव खंड उन्मत्त उदंड तांडव खंड थो दिगि दिगि तत्ता जन जन द्रिमि द्रिमि वाज मृदंग थो दिगि दिगि तत्ता जनन द्रिमि द्रिमि वाज मृदंग द्रिमि द्रिमि वाज मृदंग थो थलंग गदिगन थे थो थलंग गदिगन थे थो थलंग गदिगन थे
कस्तूरिका कुङ्कुम लेपनाय श्मशान भस्मांग विलेपनाय कस्तूरिका कुङ्कुम लेपनाय श्मशान भस्मांग विलेपनाय सकुंडलाय कणिकुंडलाय शकुंडलाय कणिकुंडलाय नमः शिवाय च नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय च नमः शिवाय
जन जनता तद्दै जन जनता जनक जनक तक जणु जणु जनक जनक तक जणु जणु तधै तधै तक जणु जणु तधै तधै तक जणु जणु तत् जण 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 तक जण 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 तत् जण कृत तक जण कृत जण तक तक जण तक तक ता जण तक तक जण तक तक ता जण तक तक जण तक
The concept was our consciousness is affected by everything that we see and do. And my idea for action abstraction was the entire canvas was meant to be the consciousness itself. And so it was a double painting that was going on. What I mean by that is I had placed strategically different paints, colors, and in a structure on a top under the whole canvas, and then laid the canvas over the entire stage and taped it. And then I got the dancers from different genres for Bharatanatyam, Odissi, Kathak, flamenco, contemporary, ballet, So they were given a specific idea of what they had to do, and it was also about a journey of a soul, through the struggles of life and how he finds fulfillment in the end. The fulfillment, of course, is when the consciousness blossoms, and this idea is in Indian philosophy, where you have the 1,000-petal lotus. When it blooms, that means that is the symbol of a blossomed consciousness. So, when all the dancers were dancing and creating, of course, you saw the movement, and the movement created the painting on the top of the canvas. In the end, when all the whole dance and everything was over, I got the canvas to be peeled up over, and underneath was revealed a painting of a blossomed consciousness, or a blossomed lotus, in all the various brilliant colors. Satyagraha was a piece about the three great humanists of the world. One is Tagore, the other one was Nelson Mandela, and then there was Gandhi. So his vision was to do a piece that encompassed all their ideas. Keeping the theme in mind of Satyagraha, keeping the theme of what the idea of the composer had when he had this composition created, that was very much in my mind. That was being sung by the choir and music played by the orchestra played a great deal on how I felt in actually elucidating the sound onto canvas. So that's a very important factor in my painting, because I use a lot of music, allow the music to influence my consciousness, allow the music to influence my movement. I finally ended up drawing or painting a picture of a woman who had a veil around her, and then she offered flower at the feet of these great souls. So that was my contribution towards Satyagraha, dancing and painting.
This next piece that you see is, the music is the Atharvashirsha Upanishad, and this is written or sung or passed on thousands and thousands of years ago, not by one person, by so many seers put together, so many rishis, and it is basically a chant invoking the creative energy of the universe, the cosmic ideation. It is about Lord Ganesha. It is not just about an elephant-faced god that belonged to the Hindus, but it is about the very creative energy. And we shall begin there today. Why I've chosen this is because there's so many sounds in there that appeal to me, that make me want to make lines and dots and curves. The melody, and the various sounds invoke something within me that makes me want to do this. So, please enjoy.
Om Bhadram Karnevi Shruyam Deva Bhadram Pashyimakshavirya Jatra Sthirairangaistustuvasasthanuvih Vyashemadeva-hitam yadayuh Om Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravah Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedah Swasti nastaksho arishtanemi Swasti no Bruhaspati dadatu Om त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वम् आनन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममय त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नवः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यम् त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णु त्वं रुद्र त्वं इन्द्र त्वं अग्नि त्वं वायु त्वं सूर्य त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरो गणादिं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादिं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वार परतरः अर्धेन्दुरसितम् कारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपम् गकार पूर्वरूपम् अकार मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नादः सन्धानम् सहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकर्षिः निच्छृत् गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तै बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तल्लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृते पुरुषात् परं देवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः
When we say dha, dhin, dha, dha, dhin, dha, tin, ta, dhin, dha. So you begin in one and you end again in one. That one is Krishna. That is dha, dhin, dha, dhin, dha, tin, ta, dhin, dha. So this representation is about Tinta. And I dedicate this painting to that great Guru, Maharaji, because he's taught me that you begin with Krishna, with the blue petal, and you end again with him. This is the created universe. And when it's all in perfect and unison, when the gopis, that is God, and the purified souls dance together with joy and in harmony, you have a complete manifested world that's perfect. When that is there, you have Krishna's little baby footprints walking across the created universe. And why this is more special is, when I did the exhibition in Kuala Lumpur, Maharaji was fascinated by this painting too. And so he also wanted his footprint on as Krishna. So these two are actually his handprint. And this is also, you'll see in South Indian homes or here, you'd see the ladies would have done the kolam in the front of the house. And on Krishna Janmashtami day, on the day where the Krishna's birthday, they place their handprints as if Krishna has walked across their front yard. So that is just a representation, and that's why I created this painting. So friends, you'll see a lot of da din din da in this, the 16-beat time cycle. Please enjoy. And reverse that. Ta da ta da ta da, gina da gina da gina da gina da da gina da da gina da 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 ta da gina da ta da gina da ta da.
This life piece was performed in 5 different locations in April. Musicians from different countries and myself performing, dancing in Australia. We were exploring how they produced the music that created the movement within my mind that in turn produced a painting upon a canvas, exploring the idea of Advaita philosophy, which is non-duality, that everything is one. Our energy, the energy of the great goddess, the energy of nature, the energy within us all is one. From this comes about every minute creation that is present in the universe. The colors that reflect the music.
No